So M1 Finance has knocked it out of the park. This is one of the best high yield savings accounts I've seen. And we're going to take a look and deep dive. I'm actually going to apply for it as we speak on this video so you can see how this works. But this video is going to talk to you about high yield savings accounts. Specifically, M1 Finance just announced 5% yield with $5 million coverage, FDIC coverage. And so I don't know of anybody else offering this. This is pretty awesome. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty good stuff. So let's take a look. Let's apply for this savings account and see what the details are. My name is Paris Clough, and this is Financial Self-Reliance. I absolutely love helping people manage, protect, and grow their money. And in this video, we're going to talk about the power of high yield savings accounts. And specifically, M1 Finance has a new account that they're opening up or allowing people to have with their savings. It's a 5% yield with up to $5 million in FDIC coverage. I don't know if the new rules for the FDIC are that you can have that much coverage, but so let's take a look here. The M1 high yield savings account, 5% APY, $5 million FDIC insured. This is big right here. This is big. You're right, it is big. So the staggering 5% APY on your savings with an M1 Plus membership. So you need to have an M1 Plus membership, which is an annual fee. And it's worth it, though, if you're going to have 5%, especially if you're going to have any kind of a balance in these accounts. So one of the things that I want to make sure that you realize that this is awesome to have savings accounts offering these kinds of yields. However, what's the reason behind it? The reason behind it is the Fed rate is up. Because the Fed rate is up, these companies need to have the ability to attract depositors. That's the whole purpose and point of a bank, is to be able to attract depositors. And the higher yield they have on their APY, the more they're going to attract these people. But the reason why we have such high yields right now is because of the interest rate, is because of the Fed interest rate, is because of inflation, is because of all the things that are happening in the economy. So while it's awesome to see a 5% APY or having a savings account offering 5%, especially when you look at what's happening at like any of the big commercial banks, you're 0.01, ridiculous. So 5 is amazing. But the underlying problem is the economy is driving that because of the interest rates that are happening with the Fed and in the market and what is happening with inflation. So there's pros and cons to this 5% APY, but let's talk a little bit more about some of the pros. So I'm going to jump in here to my account. Here we are. Open a high yield savings account. So if you don't have an M1 Finance account, click the link in the description below and open up an account with M1 Finance. They're an excellent brokerage. They have a great way to have you invest. You can invest in all kinds of things. They even have crypto balances and all kinds of other stuff. So let me just share with this here. Open a high yield savings account. So I'm going through this for the first time myself. I haven't done this before, so I don't know what we're going to come up with here, but I wanted to kind of show you what it's like to apply for an M1 Finance account. And I'm going to do it right now and fund it hopefully with some money. Why are you opening this account? Well, general savings. How much do you plan to deposit into this each month? 10,000, 0 to 10,000, 10 to 50, 50. This is each month, by the way. So just remember that. I'm not quite as amazing as some people, so I'm going to go with 0 to 10,000. Where will the first deposit come from? So I'm going to transfer it from my M1 Finance checking account. Now the checking account with an M1 Plus membership is 1.5% interest rate. So even the checking account is at fantastic interest rate. So this is actually though a savings account with these guys. So I'm going to transfer from another M1 account. That's what I'm going to do. You can, if you do external bank or investment account, you're going to be able to connect your bank at that point. So originally, when I set up my M1 Finance account, my checking account, they required me to connect my bank. So I have a bank already connected, but I'm going to transfer from my M1 account. How much do you plan to take out of your account each month? Well, I'm going to be saving. So my point here is just keep this money to earn interest. So I don't necessarily want to be doing a lot of transactions. So same thing, 0 to 500. To keep going, you need to agree to receive electronic agreements for your spend account. Okay, so e-sign agreement, not viewed. So you click here. And then it opens up a consent, M1B2 electronic consent policy. So this is a 3-page policy. I'm actually going to download this and save it in a file on my M1 Finance account, but I'll do that later. So let's go back here. So it says now that I've viewed it, I accept the e-signature and electronic disclosure agreement. Continue. Does everything look correct? It does. That's all my information here. I'm going to block out my phone number and address so that you can't see that, and some of the other things here that I've got that are private information. but everything looks correct. So scrolling down here to where it says continue. Make an initial deposit. I have about $13,000 in my M1 Spend Plus. So I'm going to just transfer over about, half of that, 6,000. Confirm deposit. Your deposit is underway. Continue to account. And here it is. M1 High Yield Savings Account. So across the top here, it says M1 Finance. This is basically where you can come to the home dashboard where I can see my investment account is about 19 and it's down because the market's down and been down. Then there's the spend account, which is my checking account there. And then I have the borrow ability. The great thing about M1 Finance is that you can borrow against your investments and or just directly from M1 Finance. And so the different interest rates are depending on how you do that. Owner's Rewards Card, which gives you the opportunity to earn some significant cash back. I highly recommend if you do open an M1 account, you also get their rewards card. There's some great benefits. But then over here under Invest, this is where you can come in and you can look to see, you have this pie and you can take percentages. So I have 30% going into indexes, 30% into dividend ETFs, 20%, pardon me, and then 20% going into my REITs. I have a bunch of REIT stocks in there. Growth stocks, I have 10% of my portfolio going there. Dividend stocks, 10%, and ARK ETFs, which, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but ARK ETF has recently taken a great turn. They're moving in the right direction finally. So if you've held on to your ARK ETFs, hopefully it's not going to be in vain. Now I have my M1 Spend account, which is where I can go over here. I can take a look at my M1 Spend Plus, which is my checking account. And what's cool about this is that you can actually write checks. You can send checks off of your checking account. Then I have my M1 Owner's Rewards Card. And then there's, of course, my new M1 High Yield Savings Account. So I have $6,000 in there now going to earn me 5%. So if you don't have a good high yield savings account, you know how much I love high yield savings accounts if you've been on this channel for a while. I love the Prize Pool account. I love the Yada account. And now M1 Finance is coming in at 5%. My Prize Pool account with the rewards, with the bonuses from the prizes is over 5%. It's almost 6% now, but this one is 5% is really close to that. So definitely if you want to have a good high yield savings account, you're kind of nervous about the different prize pool aspects of, prize linked savings, get a M1 high yield savings account. So let's actually take a look and see what the annual fee is for the M1 Plus membership. It's $10 a month. I'm pretty sure they do annual discount. Like if you pay annually, you get a better deal. M1 Plus to me is worth it. Hopefully this video helps you determine whether or not you should open up an M1 Finance account and get a checking account, a savings account now at 5% APY, and maybe use it for some of your investment portfolio, transfer over from some of these other places. Click the link in the description below, open an M1 Finance account. And if you missed the last video I produced, you can go ahead and find it here. Click subscribe to the channel up here and check out this video that YouTube thinks you might like. Until the next one, have a fantastic day.